Hi everybody, it's Gail from Gail's Bookish Things. I'm filming this outside today because my usual spot inside on my countertop where I do my crafting and typically do my videos, this lovely, gorgeous tote bag will not fit under that area very well. I have a shelf there and it's very limited space, so I brought it out to my deck. This is my new, got a little crumbs on there. My new tote bag or bag from, I'm going to zoom in, it's Growley Leather. You can find them on Instagram and they have a website. So a few weeks ago or so I showed you some leather samples that I was interested in using for this, and they were kind enough to send the samples. They were really great about answering my questions and very patient, very supportive in the question phase. I didn't feel like I was bothering them. They're very gracious about answering questions and so forth, and being kind of nitpicky and trying to understand the whole thing before I made the investment. If you are hearing the loud, fun laughter of teenage boys in the background, that's my son Noah and a couple of his neighborhood buddies. They're throwing a football on this gorgeous fall day. Anyway, but let me tell you more about fall. Did I say fall? Spring day. Gosh, crazy woman. I don't even know what season I'm in. Okay, this is the Derby leather. It's, I would say, when I look at it in the natural lighting, a golden tan. There's a lot of these wrinkly markings. I think I've heard other people call that sort of a sunburst pattern. I don't know. I'm not a connoisseur, but I love that texture. I had also asked them about finding a piece with a brand, and they messaged me and said, we have a brand, and would you like it? And I said definitely yes. And it kind of has that look of a smiley face, but this is angled more here and here. So this is part of a brand. And then these little spots I asked her about, and she informed me that that is how the actual hide absorbed the color of the tanning. So it's not like a spill, it's just how that area of the hide responded to the color. There's a couple marks here. These are range marks. So she said it would possibly caused, when I say she, her name's Kelly. Her and her husband have this business, their family business. Some of these things are like maybe from barbed wire or bug bites. And then the ones that look like little veins, so you can see, I hope, I mean I can see it great out in the sunlight here, but there's like these little veiny things throughout. Right through there, and those are just like the fat rolls, I think she called them. There was a term for it. I think that's what it is, though. I'm forgetting. So what I requested was the front pocket, which I have. This is stitched in, I think, the cream. But I also asked for the inside leather pocket to just be a basic pocket. You can get all kinds of options with this Magnolia bag, which is really great. It's a similar or identical size to their Safi tote. But with the Magnolia, you can personalize it. So you can switch out the leather. You can switch out some of the hardware aspects. You could get zippers in this opening. You can get a magnetic closure. I showed you this big pocket. You can get that where it's got like credit card slots, and it's more defined, not as deep, I don't think, more a shorter pocket with the little slide-in things for cards and cell phones. But I wanted this to function as something I could use as a purse. That word is weird. It sounds like kind of an old lady thing, a bag, you know, but something that I would take with me with my wallet and my usual little pouch of makeup type things, just the essentials. But I also wanted it to be less structured and able to use as a tote bag, and so they really came through for me. While I have this open, I will show you. I have a little key fob thing, key hook, and they suggested putting it in the center or in the middle here on the inside. That's what I'm trying to say, versus the outside, so the key wouldn't scratch the leather. So I love that because I'm always losing my keys, digging for them. What was I going to say? Oh, so this Magnolia bag comes with multiple options, things you can add to it, take away. You can switch out the leathers. Again, this is the derby. It looks perfect. It's exactly the color brown that I wanted. I'm very happy that I chose it. I'm not afraid about the scratching and stuff now. At first when I looked at the sample, I thought, oh, it's going to scratch so easy. But now I'm kind of actually looking forward to it just patinaing, is that a word? I don't know. And getting even more character. It's got amazing character already. But I'm going to use this. Let me shift here on the seat. Sorry about the jiggly filming. I'm just super excited for it to get any markings that it will get as I use it. And I wanted to point out too that this bag stands on its own. There's another leather that they use. I think I want to call it espresso. I'm not sure. I forget exactly. That was the floppier leather, and Kelly told me that it's floppy. This leather stands more on its own. Yes, it's got some bend to it. It's not like cardboard, but it will hold its own. Let me turn it on the side and you can see. And I love that feature when I've bought bags, purses from the store, and they're super floppy. You know, they cram them full of that paper, and you think, okay, it's got a little structure, and then you take that out when you're home, and the thing falls over. And that just drove me nuts because I'm always rummaging through trying to find something. I wanted something that could hold its own. It would hold up a bit. And this is perfect. So when I'm digging around for my journal or pen case or whatever thing I'm taking on a outing or a vacation with me, I want to be able to find it, and when the purse sides are flopping over, you just feel like you're wrestling with everything. So something with some structure appeals to me, but not so much that it feels like you're fighting it, you know, like it's so stiff. I like this middle of the road with the structure. Another thing that I liked about this bag was that these straps, the handles, this is an 11-inch drop, I believe, by the way they call it, they flop over. So this kind of hook is one of the options. It looks like a number 8 in a way. I don't know if it's got a technical name, but I like that because these straps can flip over on the front and on the back and get out of the way. Some of the tote bag designs, they're just more straight up the way they're sewn, and I don't want that. I don't want that thing hitting me in the face when I'm trying to rummage through my bag. So this is perfect for me. This strap, I'm not sure if it's the derby. I know they use some water buffalo and they use other kinds. I don't know, but I did ask them to please use whatever they thought was the best option for the handles. And so I might just ask her, hey, just out of curiosity, is that the same or is it different? But I like it. I can already tell that it's gonna get its own character too. You can see too that these straps, handles are about, would you say, about 1 inch wide. I think that will do well for me on my shoulder. When they're narrower, it cuts in, and I get a lot of aching in my shoulder anyway, just because the kinds of things I do in my life require me to hold my shoulder in such a way that it gets achy. I love this though. Golden brown, I would call it. Definitely warm undertones. I love the character markings here. This branding is so awesome. Let's flip it around and then I'll let you go. I just wanted to give you an angle, a view of all angles. On this back side, you can see a lot of the fat striations. I can't think of the word she used with that. I think it was that fat rolls, fat something. Anyway, marks of where the animal had fat, and it just adds so much beautiful texture. You can see the lighter things here, these if they are called starburst designs, but these wrinkly things, they told me, Kelly told me it would get some of that as they worked with the leather, because they have to turn it inside out. So it's already got some character, but it's just very, very beautiful. And there you can see the veiny marks with the fat marks. Let's see if we can show any pull up yet. As I come underneath, press my finger up, you can see how it gains a golden mark, but then that goes away pretty readily. There's a little bit of a kind of a marking there. That's the kind of thing that it's going to get as I use it. I know that it is, and I accept that, and I'm excited to see it, just as I said a minute ago, just continue to develop its character, its own unique look. There's a lot of golden where the seams come together. Let's look at the bottom. Again, the fat roll marks. Lots of those. Those little veiny things all throughout that look like a little thunderbolt or something. But veiny things kind of helps me know what she was talking about. And just this rolling. It's really pretty. This leather feels smooth. It just feels very, very nice. It feels sturdy though, and it feels like something that will hold its own. I don't have to be careful with. They are really big about using your leather. Don't baby it, just use it. And this is so well made that I just know it's going to hold up just forever, for as long as I'm around anyway, and hopefully I'll take good care of it, and maybe somebody might like to use it later on down the road. But I'm definitely planning on having this around till the end of my days. How's that for a nice thought? Okay, so Growley Leather, this is the Magnolia bag. I'm kind of using it as a tote bag slash purse. Carry my journaling things when I go somewhere. If we're taking a day trip or a vacation, I will have all my cords, my iPad, the things I like to read in this. It's got enough room and it's got enough structure. It's going to hold that stuff upright in there comfortably, and I can even get my iPad in here. So yeah, it's going to be a good travel bag as well as just an everyday around town bag. So I just say, Growley Leather, you did a great job. Thank you so much. Thank you for your good service, and I hope you all enjoyed seeing this. I'm glad to share it with you, and I think it's going to be awesome. We'll see you next time.